Okay, Common Gamer here. Gonna do the history of autism, part 4. The 2010s till 2024. 2010s, they made breakthroughs with autism. There's still discrimination through workforces. Like I applied for a job during a job interview. The person was like, can you do all these job tasks? It seems like your learning style is strange and was very discriminatory. Yeah, that happened in the early 2010s. In the mid 2010s, the workforces were learning more and more of hiring processes for people on the spectrum, and school education system improved a lot too, and they were understanding noise canceling headphones, started making quiet spaces and museums, and started learning more and more from autism and people that were on the spectrum. And then by the late 2010s, they made a lot of breakthroughs of inclusion, and people started to become more aware of autism. And in the late 2010s, there were brand breakthroughs through workforces, started hiring more and more autistics. Discrimination was becoming less, but still there. We became far with more breakthroughs where they could diagnose you at 4 years old or 3 years old, and sometimes infants, but that's still hard. But in the late 2010s, they made more and more breakthroughs of, diagnosing and seeing what the signs are of the behaviors of autism, and that. I like what a neurotypical think it's a repetitive behavior, but I don't really think that's a behavior trait. I think this is an autistic trait that, we may be very regimented on something. And then they started showing more TV shows, like Atypical. That was okay. And then in 2020, and they had the thing like A Good Doctor, but that kind of was more kind of fiction. In a way, it is autistics, but there's it displays one individual. Not all autistics are like that. And then in 2020, they made even more breakthroughs where they called it autism acceptance. And then when the pandemic happened, that's when we learned that there wasn't that much support for, mental health in general. It was the pandemic. That was not good on autistics. A lot of us, found it hard that we couldn't high-five our friends anymore. If we liked hugging people, we weren't allowed to do that. A lot of times when autistics like to hug, it's for our dopamine. Yeah. And with autism, and in 2021, that's when we did vaccines. It's the pandemic. It just was bad. And then 2022, it still was not the greatest. 2023 is when it started to get normal, like the new normal. And then we made more breakthroughs with autism, and we realized that a lot of autistics have mental illness. And then in 2024, we made more and more breakthroughs. And we have came a long way with autism. It's more people now know about it and are very much aware. Certain communities do accept it, but not all. So we still got a long ways to go. It became a long ways from the beginning where you would be locked up, but that doesn't really happen anymore. And do I love having autism? Yes, and I hope you enjoyed these series of history of autism for 2025. I will do the next set next year for the history for Autism Education Month, and I hope you have a great day and you're loved.